Peace. All right. So this is a bill we we built on this a couple of days ago.
Yeah.
We was on the phone for 4 hours. So
Yeah. Heavy bill.
it's a heavy bill right here. So I've heard some talks about certain brothers saying that Yakub is God.
Yeah.
He's God.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
How do you see it?
All right, let's talk about the reality of Yakub. Remember, I'm going to think before I speak because this is a very, very funny subject. So I'm going to ask you a question and I'm going to answer your question as we go through the answer and question period. The first time you hear about Yakub is when in your lessons?
First time you hear about Yakub, the wisdom degree, 1 to 10.
Which says what?
He's a colored man. The colored man is a Caucasian, so-called white man. Yakub's grafted devil to friend.
Yakub's grafted devil, meaning this person grafted something out of something. In our lessons, the first time I heard about that, which is in the wisdom degree, I asked myself, who is this Yakub person? And I had to think about it as I go through the lessons and go through the degrees and then start, you know what I mean? And then it said that Yakub grafted devil, meaning the colored man was a byproduct of this man's idea as it relates to the thought. When you say that Yakub, some say that Yakub was God, yes, he was a God, but a God of what? Evil. A God of dissatisfaction. A God of uncivilized motives and agendas, right? Now, how do we prove this? The second time you hear about Yakub is when?
Second time you hear about Yakub is culture degree 114.
Okay, we won't go too deep on that because we may not have time. But it speaks about him being who? The father of the devil, right? Okay, but they said that in that degree that he was an original man. Well, the original man, according to the student in Roman, is the Asiatic black man, the maker, the owner, the cream of the planet Earth, father of civilization, and what? God of the universe. Right? Now, what universe is he the God of? What did he make? What did he own? What was his cream? What civilization was he the father of? Being the father of the devil, the devil's civilization, the devil's wicked thoughts, which is what we're dealing with today. All right, so when we talk about Yakub, and we talk about the 4 devils that we are taught to get rid of in ourselves, who are we really talking about here? Now, some would say, nah, God, Yakub was a man. Okay, so the only way that you can distinguish Yakub from yourself is that before you got this knowledge, what was your thought patterns? Was it true and living or weak and wicked? Some of the things that you might have done out there that wasn't right and exact until you got caught. And then you tried to justify it. So when we look at Yakub, the first thing we have to look at is how do you identify this individual? Who is this individual? What did he do? And then, of course, what did he promise his people he would do? Right? And he promised his people that he would make a people that was unalike. Unalike, meaning the thoughts ain't the same as me or yours. So you got brothers now, as I'm thinking about it, brothers who, as we used to say, the jive pretenders, right? And the wannabes claiming to be this, but have the characteristic of Yakub. Doing things like I was depicted, telling lies, stealing, trying to master the original man with his, I've been around this long, so you should follow me. Listen, when you get this knowledge, you follow no man. Many people come in the name of, but not in the mind of. And that's why if you ever see me at a rally, if you were lucky to see me there, I will never say my name is life. I say I come in the mind of life Allah, meaning I'm coming with a clear mindset so you can understand who you're dealing with at that moment. Because it got all these colorful names out there, and none of that shit means nothing if you ain't living it out. Now let's get back to Yakub, right? Because we got a lot of that going on, right? A lot of Yakubs in the midst right now, right? Now, when you go to the Bible, it talks about Jacob and his brother Esau. Esau was supposed to be given the birthright by his father Isaac. But who taught Jacob how to deceive the father? It was his mother, Rebecca. And that's in the Bible. Now, we know the Bible is not fully, historical facts. It's been tampered with, mixed and tampered with a lot of shit, according to the faggot King James, for all you Bible scholars out there from 1611. Now, when you start to distinguish between that and that, Yakub, it also says in the Bible that Yakub had his name changed to Israel. And then he became the father of the 12 tribes of Israel. What's going on with Israel right now, ladies and gentlemen? What's happening out there, right? So we have to begin to think about this Yakub on a whole nother level as it relates to his time in power, 6,000 years. But it took him 60 years to graft. But he was given 6,000 years to rule. To rule what? The earth, your woman. So when we're dealing with Yakub being a god, yeah, his followers, those who followed him and those who didn't, paid a serious price. The penalty was death for all those who did not what? Keep and obey Yakub's law. Right? Rules and regulations. That's what he deals with. Look what this devil did recently. Matter of fact, as of last night, he put out, I'm talking about, your president, Donald Trump. He's a lawless devil. And I'm saying that for all you people out there who voted for him. Devil, lawless, a crook, a felon. And he said that if Iraq, or should I say Iran, don't comply to his rules and regulations, he is going to annihilate the whole civilization. He will kill all of them. Now here's a devil telling you in your face that he gonna kill a whole civilization. Did you hear what I just said? This is a president who just told you that he's gonna annihilate the whole civilization, the whole country. Now that's a Yakub for your ass right there. Because this man is the epitome of what a devil is. Yet some of you out there voted for him in the name of, oh, he's my president. But yet you God though, calling the devil your God. But if you following him of the dissatisfactions you might have, right? Then maybe out of the 59,000 or 999,000, you're one of them. You know what I'm saying? So Yakub is a God. He was an original man as it relates to the lesson that speaks on that, but yet he became dissatisfied with himself internally, and those who was dissatisfied followed him on that island. Right? The island out there in the Aegean Sea, for those who know your lessons. And there, he was given a penalty. He was exiled. Right? So, was he a God? Yes. A God to who? His followers. A God of what? Pure evil. I hope that answers the question.